Chapter 2 marked a turning point. Not reinvention, but release. For SUGA, this era was never about doing more. It was about finishing something he had been carrying for a long time. Under the name AGUSTD, he stepped forward alone. Not to explain himself, not to impress anyone, but to finally say what had been left unsaid. In April 2023, D-Day was released. It became SUGA's first official solo studio album, and the final chapter of the AGUSTD trilogy. This album didn't chase approval. It didn't soften its message. Instead, it confronted reality. Across D-Day, SUGA speaks openly about burnout, about disillusionment with fame, about power, money, and hypocrisy, about emotional numbness, and about the cost of ambition. The opening track, D-Day, arrives with urgency. It feels like a warning, and at the same time, a declaration. HAEGUM challenges the idea of freedom itself. It questions who really holds power, who controls desire, and who benefits from the system. The traditional Korean sounds woven into the song don't feel decorative. They feel intentional, like a reminder of roots and resistance. People Part 2 slows everything down. It speaks quietly about emotional distance, about feeling disconnected, about wanting closeness, but not knowing how to reach it. And then there is Snooze, featuring Woosung and the late Ryuichi Sakamoto. It feels less like a song and more like a letter. A message to younger artists. About fear, about doubt, about surviving when dreams feel heavy instead of hopeful. D-Day isn't loud. It doesn't beg to be understood. It simply tells the truth. Despite its heavy themes, the album made a massive global impact. D-Day debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. SUGA became the first Asian artist to top Billboard's Top Rap Albums chart. And for the first time, all three AGUSTD projects, AGUSTD, D2, and D-Day, sat together in the top 5 of worldwide iTunes albums. Songs from the album charted across the world. In the United States, in South Korea, in Japan, across Europe, and throughout Southeast Asia. Chapter 2 made something very clear. SUGA didn't need momentum from a group comeback. His artistry stood on its own. Later in 2023, he began his first solo world tour. SUGA AGUSTD, D-Day. The tour crossed Asia and North America. 28 shows. Every one of them sold out. More than 300,000 fans attended. And the tour grossed over $57 million. It became the highest-grossing solo tour by a Korean artist. And one of the most successful tours by an Asian rapper in US history. But the D-Day tour was never about numbers. It wasn't built for spectacle. It unfolded like a confession. Each part of the show reflected a different emotional state. Anger, reflection, acceptance, and finally, release. Performing with a live band, SUGA stripped everything back. There was no choreography designed to distract. No pressure to perform an image. Just music, lyrics, and honesty. The final concerts in Seoul felt especially heavy. With emotional performances and surprise appearances from BTS members, the ending carried a deep sense of closure. It didn't feel like the end of a tour. It felt like a goodbye. Throughout Chapter 2, SUGA's work received widespread recognition. His solo releases earned major awards for rap and hip-hop performance. Collaborations like That received digital Bonsang honors. And D-Day was praised for its storytelling, its mature production, and its unfiltered lyricism. This era confirmed something important. Fans not together. His enlistment marked the final military departure among BTS members, closing the group's chapter of service. In June 2025, he completed his duty quietly, just as he had begun it. No announcements, no celebrations. During Chapter 2, SUGA also slowed down creatively. Through his talk show, he held honest conversations with artists, actors, and fellow members. They talked about burnout, pressure, longevity, and what it means to keep going when passion becomes complicated. Behind the scenes, he continued producing, choosing depth over visibility. This period revealed a calmer version of SUGA. Someone no longer chasing answers, but learning to accept them. Chapter 2 was not about becoming someone new. It was about letting go. By the end of this era, SUGA had completed the AGUSTD trilogy, held the most successful solo tour by a Korean artist, fulfilled his military duty, and left behind one of the most honest bodies of work in modern K-pop. Chapter 2 wasn't loud, it was truthful, and when BTS returns as 7, SUGA returns not as someone searching, but as an artist already at peace with his truth.